Hello everyone, welcome back to EduTap and welcome to Finance Current Affairs session. In today's session, we are going to discuss a very important finance news article that is regarding the Financial Literacy Week 2023 has been announced by the Reserve Bank of India. It has been launched by the Reserve Bank of India. So what is this Financial Literacy Week, as well as what is the theme for this Financial Literacy Week, why the theme was chosen, everything we are going to discuss in today's session, as well as we are also going to discuss about the NSFP. So this is also a very important document that we need to discuss that is related with this Financial Literacy Week. So in today's session, let's discuss about the NSFP. That is a very important document. That is the National Strategy for the Financial Education 2020 to 2025. So this document is very important, as well as the Financial Literacy Week in itself is very important. So in today's session, let's discuss about these two important concepts. But before starting with the session, there is a big announcement from EduTap that we have brought for you the comprehensive guide for RBI, NABARD and SEBI. So through a single guidebook, you can get all your common queries answered. If you want to know about the examination, that what is the pattern for the exam, what are the previous year cutoff for the exam, what is the syllabus for the exam, all these common queries can be answered through a single guidebook. You do not have to visit different links. You do not have to visit different websites. Even if you want to know about the preparation for the exam, that what should be the strategy for the preparation, what should be the sources for the preparation, all your common queries can be answered through this single guidebook, and there are the definitive answers that is provided in these guidebooks. Okay. So now this is absolutely free of cost for you all, to save your time, to save your efforts, and this is easily downloadable. Okay, the link is provided in the description box below. So do download these guidebooks. So now coming to our topic, that is the Financial Literacy Week 2023. So the RBI has released a press release and the RBI has notified about the Financial Literacy Week 2023. So the RBI has been conducting this Financial Literacy Week since 2016, and this has been conducted every year. So Financial Literacy Week has been conducted since 2016 for every year. So RBI has been conducting Financial Literacy Week every year since 2016. Why this Financial Literacy Week has been conducted by the RBI since 2016? To propagate the financial education messages, okay, to promote the financial education messages. This Financial Literacy Week is celebrated every year since 2016, and the messages are on a particular theme. So every year a theme is chosen, and on that theme the propagation of the financial messages happen. Okay, financial education messages happen on a particular theme among the members of the public across the country. So this is for the public. The financial education messages are spread among the public across the country, and this is on a particular theme. So for the last year, the theme was Go Digital, Go Secure, and that was the theme on which the financial education messages were being propagated. So last year, RBI observed the Financial Literacy Week from February 14 to February 18, 2022, the central bank held an event to propagate the financial education messages on the theme Go Digital, Go Secure. So remember, for the last year, this was the theme. Now for this year, what is the theme? The theme is Good Financial Behavior, Your Savior. So the theme selected for the current year, that is for the Financial Literacy Week 2023, the theme is Good Financial Behavior, Your Savior. That is, the propagation or the financial education messages is going to be regarding the financial behavior. Now, what is financial behavior? Regarding the financial system, the savings that we are doing, the budgeting, the planning that we do. So, financial behavior is being promoted in this Financial Literacy Week of this year, which will be observed. Now, this Financial Literacy Week will be observed between February 13 and February 17, 2023. Now the focus, according to the theme, the focus will be on the financial education messages regarding the creating awareness about savings, the planning. Okay, so we are working right now, and in the old age we are not going to work, or we are going to retire. Our earnings will drop a lot. So we have to plan accordingly. Okay, we can use the financial services to plan accordingly, to budget accordingly. Okay, there are many services, there are many pension services that are already being provided through the financial services. So we have to plan and budget accordingly. The prudent use of the digital financial services has to be done. So for the focus for this year Financial Literacy Week is on the theme of good financial behavior, your savior. And that is the focus is on the future, that the planning, the budgeting, the prudent use of the digital financial services has to be done. The savings is also being promoted. So I hope you have understood the theme, that is the good financial behavior, your savior. Okay, and the theme is focused on this. Now the RBI will undertake a centralized mass media campaign. So there will be a mass media campaign during the month of February 2023 during the Financial Literacy Week, that is going to be in between 13 Feb to 17 Feb 2023, and to disseminate the financial awareness messages on the theme good financial behavior, your savior. And the banks are also advised to give out the information and create the awareness among the customers. So now the theme aligns. Now the NSFE comes into this picture also. So we have understood about the Financial Literacy Week that has been happening since 2016, and there is a particular theme that is taken every year on, and on that theme the propagation of the financial education messages happen. And for this year the theme has been chosen, and the theme is focused on the savings, is focused on the prudent digital financial services. Now the theme aligns. Now the theme for this Financial Literacy Week 2023, the theme aligns with the overall strategic objective of the National Strategy for Financial Education 2020-2025. So the NSFE, that is the National Strategy for Financial Education 2020-2025. This is the document, okay, that is for the national. This is the document that tells the strategy for India for the financial education, for the financial literacy. So we will discuss about this also in the coming slides, which aims, now this document, this strategy aims at building the financial resilience and well-being while creating the awareness among the members of the public. And the theme of this year of the Financial Literacy Week is in alignment with the strategic objectives of the NSFE. So NSFE, that is the National Strategy for Financial Education. This is for the year 2020-25, and the vision of the NSFE is creating a financially aware and empowered India. Remember the vision very clearly. Now the NSFE, this is implemented, or this is prepared, this document, this strategy is prepared by the NCFE, that is the National Center for Financial Education, in consultation with the 4 financial sector regulators, that is the RBI, that is the SEBI, PFRDA and IRDAI. And other relevant stakeholders has prepared the revised NSFE 2020-2025. So the NCFE was created in 2013. This was set up. So the National Center for Financial Education, this was set up in 2013 with the help of the 4 financial sector regulators. And this NCFE is among the leaders, we can say, that prepares this document and that helps in the implementation of this document, okay, this strategy, we can say. So in 2013, the first NSFE was created. The first national strategy for financial education, this was created in 2013 for 2013 to 2018. Okay, so the first NSFE document was for the year 2013 to 2018. Now the second, this is the revised NSFE document for the period of 2020 to 2025. I hope you have got the basic idea of the NSFE, that is for the creating a financially aware and empowered India. So this is the vision of the NSFE, a financially aware and empowered India. Now this is a very important document that I hope you all know about, and this is very important for all the examinations point of view, especially the regulatory bodies examination, because you can see that the RBI is engaged in this document, the SEBI is engaged in this document, the IRDAI, PFRDA, all the regulators are engaged in this NSFE document, in this strategy. Okay, so the strategic objectives. Now let's see that we talked about that the theme is aligned with the strategic objectives of the NSFE. So what are the strategic objectives? So inculcate the financial literacy concepts among the various sections of the population. So the first idea is to spread the financial literacy among the different sections of the population. We all know that in India there is a vast population that is still financially illiterate. Okay, so the financial literacy is the first vision of this, is first strategic objective of this document. So through the financial education, to make it important life skill. So we want it to become an important life skill. The financial literacy has to be spread in such a way. Encourage active savings behavior. So the savings behavior has to be encouraged. Encourage the participation in the financial markets, in the financial system of the country to meet the financial goals and the objectives. To develop the credit discipline and encourage availing the credit from the formal system. So there is the informal credit taking that happens from the money lenders and such. They are charging very high interest rate. So that is harmful for the small people, for the small businesses, for the small farmers. That is harmful to take the loans from the informal sector. So to convert them and to make them take the credit from the formal sector, formal financial institutions as per the requirement. So this has to be done, the encouraging them to take the credit from the formal sector as well as to have the credit discipline so that they are returning the money on the time. Improve the usage of the digital financial services. We are converting ourselves. The India is going towards the digital system, towards the digital ecosystem. So the digital financial services has to be improved in the usage. So we all should start using the digital financial services. That is also the objective of this NSFP in a safe and secure manner. So we all the population of the country should be using it in a safe and secure manner. That should be provided to the people. Manage risk at various life stages through relevant and suitable insurance coverage. So the insurance, IRDAI is for what? IRDAI is for the insurance. Okay, it is the regulator of the insurance companies. So the insurance cover should be there for the people so that their families are safe. Even if something happens to the head of the family, you know what will happen to the family if the head of the family is not there, is not able to earn or something. So the family, the whole family gets destroyed. So the insurance cover should be there to safeguard your family, to safeguard yourself also in the case of health emergency or something. So that should also be a priority. And that is also the strategic objective, that the people should be made aware about the insurance cover and they should be having the insurance cover. Plan for old age. That is what the planning and the budgeting is for planning for the old age and retirement through the coverage of suitable pension products. So there are many pension products that is provided by different schemes, that is provided through the different plans. So that should also be taken because you have to plan for your old age, you have to budget for your old age. Knowledge about the rights, duties and avenues for the grievance redressal. So the ombudsman schemes of the RBI is there for the grievance redressal. The SEBI also takes care of the grievance redressal. If the customers are having some problem, so the grievance redressal should be there. Okay. The improved research, even the insurance like the IRDAI and the PFRD also takes care about the grievance redressal. Improve the research and evaluation methods to assess the progress that has happened in the financial education. So this is the strategic objectives of the National Strategy for Financial Education. For all of this, this document is there. Okay, this document talks about the objective that we have discussed. And the theme for this year is good financial behavior, your savior. And this theme focus will be on creating the awareness about the savings, planning and budgeting and prudent use of digital financial services. And that's why this theme of the Financial Literacy Week 2023 is aligned with the strategic objectives of the NSFP. So you have seen that as the theme is talking about the awareness about the savings, awareness about the planning and budgeting for the old age, is talking about the use of the digital financial services. The strategic objectives are also talking about the same. Okay. So now coming to this, you can understand that there are different life stages and the awareness has to be spread in all the life stages as well as especially for the women. Okay, focus on the women. There are different geographies, there are different vulnerable social groups. So to all the geographies, the education, the financial literacy has to be spread to. The economic sector, for the agriculture, for the small and marginal farmers, for the MSME sector, that is the micro, small and medium enterprise sector, for the laborers, for the artisans, for the self-help groups. So for all the sectors, the education, the financial literacy has to be spread. Especially the focus will be on the informal sector. You can understand because they are the ones that are most vulnerable, that do not have much information about the financial literacy, about the financial services. Okay, they do not get the pensions or such kind of money at their old age or at the retirement. So they are the ones that should have the insurance cover, that should have this kind of pension products with them and the digital financial services with them. So here now, these are the objectives that are covered under the 5 C's. Okay, so the 5 C's are there, and these 5 C's help to achieve, they are the 5 C's that help to achieve the strategic objectives of the NSFE. So we have seen that the FLW 2023, that is the Financial Literacy Week 2023, the theme is talking about, the theme is focused on the criterias, and that criterias align with the strategic objectives of the NSFE. Now NSFE in itself is very important, so I am giving you the brief overview of NSFE, and let me tell you that the Financial Literacy Week is also part of the NSFE only, that you will see. So the 5 C's are the ones that help to achieve the strategic objectives. Okay, so the 5 C's are content. First of all, if you are going to spread the financial literacy, how are you going to do that? What are you going to speak? What are you going to tell the people? Okay, for that, the content has to be developed, right? If I am coming in front of you, I have to study the content. I have to develop the content, right? I have to bring the content to you. So the content has to be developed. There must be some content for me to deliver. So similarly, if the people are going, if the messengers are going to the far off areas, what are they going to speak? For that, the content has to be developed. The developed financial literacy content for the school children, for the teachers, for the people, the content has to be developed. That is the development of the content that can be delivered through the audio, video, through the print media, or through the mass media, through the digital format. The content has to be delivered. So the audio, video has to be prepared, the print has to be prepared, what has to be told. What if someone gives the wrong information? So for that, the particular information that the person has to give should be told, should be defined. Okay, so the audio, video, and the print and the mass media should be generated. The content has to be developed. Okay, and the content should also be developed in the regional languages, so that the people of a particular area, there are very, if we see the whole of the country, you can understand that Hindi and English are not the only languages that are spoken by many of the states and many of the areas. In many of the areas, there are only the regional languages that are known. So the content has to be developed in the regional languages also, and the local dialect also. So with active inclusion of the local phrases or dialects to promote the better reach and feel among the target audiences. As well as there is the other implementation plan for the content also. One more thing is make financial literacy content accessible for the persons with disabilities also. Okay, so the content has to be developed in such a way that even the person with the disabilities are able to understand. So this is the first method, we can say this is the first core action. Okay, there are the 5 core actions that we call the 5C approach. So to achieve, and these 5C approach is to achieve the strategic objective. So you can understand that this is the first this is first amongst the 5 core actions. This is the first core action that has to be taken, that is develop the content first. What we have to teach, what we have to spread, that content has to be developed. Then capacity, the capacity has to be developed. Okay, who is going to go there and spread the knowledge or inform the people about the financial literacy? So develop the capacity of various intermediaries should be provided for the financial literacy, for the spreading of the financial literacy. So develop the capacity of the SEBI resource person, so that the resource person are able to spread the knowledge about the SEBI and the working in the financial market to the people, to the commoners, to the common investors, rural branch managers, etc., to become important beacons for the dissemination of the financial literacy. As well as the special help group leaders and the bank sakhis, they are the ones that can help in disseminating the financial literacy. So the capacity has to be generated. That means the intermediaries should be there to spread the financial literacy, to disseminate the information that has been developed to the people. Okay, now the community-led approach has to be adopted. Okay, evolve the community-led approaches, because if you are an outsider, you are like, I'm from a particular state, now I'm going to the South India, to Kerala or Karnataka to spread the information. I won't be able to connect with them because I do not have the same language as them. I do not have the same behavior as them. So the community-led approaches has to be developed, evolved to spread the information to the local people. So evolve community-led approaches for encouraging the volunteers from that particular area to stand up to and to tell their community that what is financial literacy. The content has to be delivered through the volunteers or the local self-help groups, or through the field level functionaries that are already working in that particular area, or through the teachers in that area, or through the community ambassadors of that area. So these are the agents that can help in disseminating the financial literacy. So capacity tells us that we have to develop, we have to increase the intermediaries that are able to spread the information. And here we are talking about the evolving the community-led approaches, that the local people are able to tell their community better that how they can get engaged in the financial services. So utilize the services of the Anganwadi workers, the Asha workers, the postmen. Now the communication has to be done through the mass media, through the print. So use technology, use the social media, use the mass media, use the channels, the TV channels to spread the financial literacy. Through the innovative ways, the communication has to be done, the dissemination of the financial literacy has to be done. Display the financial literacy messages in the websites or through the public, like at the public areas, in the bus stations, in the railway stations, the posters can be there, the print media can be used to spread the information about the financial literacy. Okay. So leverage on public places with greater visibility, like the bus stands, the railway stations. Identify a specific period. See, here we talk about the financial literacy week. So a specific period, under the communication, a specific period has been chosen so that in that area the awareness can be spread. The literacy, financial literacy can be promoted in a much better way. That's why we are celebrating the financial literacy week, so that all the people, okay, for that week we can celebrate this kind of thing. Okay, we can promote this kind of thing at least for a particular week. So a digital financial services day to be observed once a year to bring focused awareness among the masses, and the financial literacy week during the year has to be celebrated on the lines of the financial literacy week being currently observed by the Reserve Bank of India. So this financial literacy week is actually one of the strategy, is one of the implementation plans of the Reserve Bank of India under the communication. So I hope you have understood this. Collaboration. So among the 5 C's, that is among the 5 core actions, among the 5 C approach for achieving the objective, for achieving the strategic objective, the last is collaboration. Now there are the different programs that are being run by different authorities. The RBI is running some of the programs to achieve the financial literacy. The India Post Payments Bank, that is also authority that has run the Niveshak Didi, that has run the first floating financial literacy campaign. So such kind of different programs that are being run for the financial literacy, so conducted by various stakeholders, which would be an information dashboard on the financial literacy programs. So the different financial literacy programs that are being run, that can be brought together and that can be spread more in the country, and to spread the reach of that program in the country. So through this collaboration among the different programs, among the different stakeholders, the reach of the financial literacy can be achieved. Okay, so to achieve the strategic objectives of the national strategy for financial education, these are the 5 core actions, these are the 5 C approach. So you have to remember what are the 5 C's. So there is content, capacity, community, communication and collaboration. Okay, I hope you have understood the NSFE. You have understood that to spread the strategic objectives, we have to adopt these 5 C approach that is already adopted by the through the strategy and by the regulators. As well as the theme of the Financial Literacy Week aligns with the strategic objectives of the NSFE, and the reason is that the Financial Literacy Week is actually a implementation program under the NSFE only. Okay, this is the first question that I hope you can easily answer, and this is the second question. Again, I hope you can easily answer this now. One of the question on the 5 core actions or the 5 C approach has already come in the previous year questions in the RBI Grade B. So that's why the 5 core actions or the 5 C approach is very important. The NSFE itself is very important. Okay. So thank you very much. If you have any query, you can mail us here or you can contact us through this number. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session. Thank you very much, everyone.